Pull up a plate because I'm going to show you 3 essential food photography compositions that you can light quickly and easily with Halumin. There are a lot of ways that you can capture a plate of food, and your creativity is the limit, but if we're talking about common compositions that you may want for restaurant photography, there are 3 really tasty angles that you can achieve quickly and easily using Halumin. Using a Halumin freestyle set, that is a Halumin H18 with accessory legs powered by 2 speed lights. We're gonna go from pulling it out of the carrying case to ready to take pictures in only a few minutes. We're gonna start by setting the speed lights to the same power output. I usually start mine at about 70% power, and then I'm going to set my camera to its maximum sync speed for the shutter speed. I'm not talking about high speed sync, I'm just talking about the regular sync speed. What this is gonna allow for is you're gonna get the maximum amount of light from those flashes while canceling out the room light as much as possible. Once set up, our first composition is at an angle of 45 degrees and we're setting the plate close to the edge of the table. Think of this like a point of view shot. This is what your dining guest is going to see when they order the dish and it is set in front of them on the table. This look can be achieved by setting your dish at the edge of the table and then setting Halumin over it and hanging it off the edge of the table a little bit. On the far side of the H18, we're going to prop it up off the table about 8 inches using one of the accessory legs. Attach the other accessory leg to the side that is closest to you, and that is going to act as a leg that sits on the floor and keeps the Halumin from sliding off of the table. Depending on how bright you want your background, you can either keep the upstage control ring, that's the one that is farthest away from the camera, facing inward, and this will keep the light field narrow and it'll keep the background darker. Or you can flip it open and that will brighten up the background. You may also find that you want the foreground of your plate to be a little darker in an area than the top of the plate. To control your light in this capacity, take one of the blackout strips. Those are those rectangular strips that are in the case, and you're going to just put that on the light control ring in the area that you want to block the light. This will give you more texture on your light and create a nicer mood for a lot of lighting setups. This is what that setup looks like at a real photo shoot, and here is the result. Your next look is a flat lay or overhead view. This angle looks great on social media, on websites, and in print. It's a popular cover shot, and to achieve this, you don't typically have to change anything on your Halumin. This second angle is just that easy. You just move the camera and take the new shot. Here's what that looks like in the real world, and here is the finished image. Now we're at the third angle. This is one that I really love, and it's a portrait shot with a beverage like a glass of wine. This angle gives you the opportunity to capture more mood of the restaurant and the environment. For instance, if there was a beautiful view that you wanted to capture in the background of the image, you can do that from this angle really easily. It takes advantage of setting 2 different elements of the subject in 2 different parts of the staging area, both upstage and downstage positions at the same time, so that we'll get a clean rim light on that glass while getting a soft light on that plate of food. If you're working with an assistant, you can just have them hold this and it's very easy. But if you're working solo, the accessory legs are the way to go to do this quickly, but you're gonna need to change their configuration to allow for this to happen. So what you're gonna wanna do is connect both of them to the bottom tabs on the bottom of the Halumin below the logo and point them straight down so that they can act as feet for the H18. Adjust the height so that they hold the Halumin up tight against the bottom of the corner of the table and then just prop it against the table like so. You're gonna wanna lean that H18 body back a little bit so that it hangs over the plate. This might require you to put some weight at the foot of those legs. You can just use a chair, just something to keep them from sliding out from under the Halumin and holding it in place. You're also gonna wanna take that upstage light control ring and flip it downwards. This is going to allow light to spill out and illuminate that plate more. The plate will go here and the wine glass will sit downstage at the very edge of the table. This will put it very close to the edge of Halumin. You're probably also going to want to put that blackout strip right here on Halumin next to the glass. The inside edge of the wine glass will be more brightly lit than the outside edge of the wine glass, and this will create a nice vignette that will point your focus more towards the center of the composition. In a real-world photo shoot, that setup looks like this, and here is the resulting image. That's 3 quick lighting setups that you can do with Halumin that just about any restaurant is going to want. Would you like to see more examples like this? If you would, leave your requests in the comments section below and I will do my best to make those examples for you.